It seems that Patrice Motsepe wants to become South Africa's next president, but this might not be as ANC leader as many people believe. This new evidence explains exactly why. So in recent days, we've received multiple updates suggesting why Patrice Motsepe, a prominent South African billionaire, could indeed be looking to run as the next president of South Africa. But while many people believe that he would seek to do so by becoming the next leader of the ANC at its 2027 leadership election, this might not actually be the case if new evidence is to be believed. But before we get into it, could I please remind you to subscribe to the channel? It's entirely free, and all you have to do is click on the subscribe button below the video. Furthermore, if you would like to enjoy some additional perks, consider supporting the channel as a Power Club member. You can do so by clicking on the join button below. Now let's get into it. So the latest update suggesting that Patrice Motsepe has presidential ambitions comes in this article from Business Insider Africa explaining how he decided to step down from his executive role in Africa Rainbow Minerals. So as explained, Motsepe has stepped down as the executive chairman of Africa Rainbow Minerals, aligning with new JSE governance rules. So for those who might not know, Africa Rainbow Minerals is a mining conglomerate, one of the biggest in the world and especially in South Africa. And this really is Patrice Motsepe's main claim to fame as a mining magnate. It explains that he will remain on the board as a non-executive chairman of the $2.7 billion mining company, and that this leadership follows regulatory reforms requiring a separation between board oversight and executive management. So, given these new reforms, it's pretty clear that what Patrice Motsepe could have done, if he so wanted, is remained on as an executive chairman, but stepped down from the board. Instead, he decided to rather give up his active management role of the company in exchange for a position on the board, where he really is just part of the oversight committee. And so he's not an active member of management of the company. And one has to ask why. Now, of course, the first thing that comes to mind for many people who are politically minded is that he is indeed considering becoming the next president of South Africa, as many people have alluded to in past reports. Still, while many people believe that this could be as the ANC's next leader, I do believe that this might not necessarily be the case, and here's why. So in January, Newsday wrote this report explaining how the ANC had been printing T-shirts to make Patrice Motsepe its next president. And so it explains here how political analyst Patrice Motsepe said the ANC is printing these T-shirts in his bid to make billionaire Patrice Motsepe its next president. And then he explained how I have pictures of T-shirts the ANC is printing on which it is written, Savumelana, which means we have agreed, with PM, which stands for Patrice Motsepe. The printing machines are busy printing Patrice Motsepe's T-shirts. This means that Motsepe wants to be president. Now, there actually is a video of exactly this happening, and we're going to take a look at it. But as we watch the video, it's going to become apparent that there might be some conflicting messaging in the report that both Mashele and other observers may have overlooked. So they're the T-shirts. So we see in the video that on the back of the T-shirt is exactly the messaging that Prince Mashele said there was. And so that is correct. But if we take a look at the front of the T-shirt right here, first of all, on both the front and the back of the T-shirt, we don't see any ANC logo or signature of any kind. And so this suggests that this T-shirt's not necessarily for the ANC, it could be for something else. But if you take a look more closely, specifically here on the front of the shirt, we see that it says TRAWU. Now, this is the Transport and Retail Allied Workers Union of South Africa, which is a trade union in South Africa, and it's not actually aligned with the ANC, and it isn't actually identified as a formal affiliate of COSATU, which is of course part of the tripartite alliance. And so what this suggests is that there is no actual link between these T-shirts in their current form and COSATU or the Tripartite Alliance and, by extension, the ANC. And so that got me wondering, perhaps this idea of Patrice Motsepe running as the ANC's next leader is not actually true. You see, after all, Patrice Motsepe is an intelligent businessman. He's one of the wealthiest people in South Africa as well as the world. And he knows what the risks and rewards of business are. And politics isn't much different. You see, when it comes to investments, including political investments, one has to consider the risks and rewards. And something that Patrice Motsepe will already know, being as smart as he is that the ANC is a very risky bet. After all, since 2009, the ANC has been on a consistent electoral decline, both nationally and in local municipal elections. And so Patrice Motsepe might wonder to himself, well, what is the point of me joining a party that seems to be failing, such as the ANC? Perhaps it would be smarter for me to form a party of my own. And this could be exactly what is going on. After all, Patrice Motsepe is one of the biggest figures in South Africa. If there is anybody with the gravitas and popularity to form an organization based on his personality, it would be Motsepe, much like what Donald Trump seemed to do when he took over the Republican Party in the United States. And so, in my view, at this moment in time, I think that it could be very likely that Motsepe does indeed look to become the president of South Africa, but as a leader of a new party, his own party that is perhaps more business-friendly focused and looks to do away with a lot of the negative connotations of the ANC that the party has had, especially since the departure of Thabo Mbeki. Something else that's important to note in this T-shirt that's been printed is that it does say PM 2027, as Prince Mashele and the Newsday report explained, but the meaning of this could be very different. You see, 2027 is not just the year of the ANC conference, but it could also be the year where local government elections come to an end. And so it is a year when all of the parties will turn their direction to the 2029 general election. And so what Motsepe could be planning is to launch his new party in 2027 so that he's given ample time to build in the run-up to the 2029 general election. After all, if he wants to become the president of South Africa, it doesn't make much sense for him to join or become the leader of a political party in the run-up to this year's local elections. There isn't enough time for him to go and build a whole bunch of different branches and structures on the ground in order to serve municipalities. And this isn't the platform that he would be after. If he wants to become the next president of South Africa and embark on a national run, 2027 would be the ideal year for him to launch a party aiming for national governance. Thank you very much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more content, and also put a comment below. Let me know, do you think that there is a certain viability to my theory, or do you believe that Patrice Motsepe is more likely to become the next leader of the ANC? Curious to hear your thoughts. Until next time, I'm Matthew Cohen, and this is the Power Pod.